Have you ever wanted to grow a garden to enjoy fresh food and flowers? Well, today I'm going to show you how to start seeds from scratch to start your very own garden. For me, it's important to be mindful of my budget while starting my garden, and as it can get very expensive, one of the ways I've found to best cut the cost for my garden would be to start my seeds from scratch instead of buying seed or plants from a big box store. Now, to start your seeds, to the things that you'll need will be some sort of seed pod. I prefer these because they're biodegradable, and once my seedling is big enough to be transplanted outside, I don't have to switch the plant into something else. I can just plant this right into the ground. Another thing that is very helpful would be like a seed starting greenhouse. It has a little lid that you put on top to keep the moisture inside the planter while your seeds are germinating. You will also need seeds of your choice. I have a pretty big variety of seeds, but to get started, you may just want to start out with just a couple seeds. You'll also need some potting soil. Here I just have some pre-moistened potting soil, as well as a spray bottle with just plain water in it. Now, once you've got all your supplies together, the first thing that you'll want to do is read the back of your seed packet. I like to just kind of get instructions on how far apart they need to be spaced, how deep, how wet they need to be, and the germination time. So today we're going to start with planting some petunias. I also have a packet of California poppies that we'll start with. So now that we've read the instructions, I'm going to fill our pot here with a little bit of that pre-moistened soil. And you'll want to just pack it in real good. Get it full with your dirt. Once you have that potting soil filled in there, you'll want to take your finger, or you can use your spoon or a little shovel, and just make a small hole. And that's where you're going to put your seeds into. You won't want to make that hole too deep, just barely, just a tiny little hole, just to barely cover it with the dirt so that your seeds can still get a little bit of sunlight through the dirt. Now I'm just going to take a couple of my poppy seeds. I like to do about 3 or 4 seeds per pot. And I'm going to just take my seeds and put them into the pot, and then just lightly cover them with the dirt. You just want to use just a tiny bit of dirt on top, like I said, so that the sun and the light can penetrate through the dirt and promote the seeds to germinate quickly. Once you've got your seed into the pot here, you're just going to want to lightly spray it with a little bit of that water. You don't want to get it too wet that it causes any mold or anything to grow other than the plant. And then once you've got your seed nicely watered into the dirt, you're going to want to set this in a nice sunny location. Typically, depending on what you're growing, maybe 7 to 10 days. These poppies are supposed to germinate in about 7 to 10 days. So I'll set these in a sunny location, making sure I keep an eye on them to make sure that they stay moist at all times. You don't want that dirt to dry out. If it gets dry, then your seed will not be able to germinate and grow. Once your plant has reached about 2 to 3 inches, you're going to want to take this pot and just directly plant it outside in a sunny location, or whichever location is described in the back of your seed packet. Once you've got your seeds planted, you'll be able to enjoy your garden. I hope that this encourages everyone to go out and start their very own garden this summer. Thank you and enjoy.